Touche.
Touches Everything podcast. Welcome back, guys.
What are we on? 18?
Episode 18.
We need a theme song.
What are you thinking for the theme?
Something to the tune of Wheels on the Bus.
You know, that probably isn't owned by anyone. That's probably doable. You could probably just use Wheels on the Bus.
It's public domain.
Yeah, I bet it is.
We're going to have Steamboat Willie singing Wheels on the Bus. Tonight we got Big Spooky Wayne. We got Andrew, a.k.a. the guy from West Coast Choppers.
What's up, guys?
Working on any bikes lately?
No. I wouldn't know where to start.
And ya boy.
Burp, 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 burp.
How come you get the cheers? We don't get anything.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Because I pressed the button.
Now I know where the button is. So.
You want a sound? What do we got? Oh, no. Oh, no.
I'm too far away from the button.
I don't know what that said, but I hit it.
I want this one.
It's just crickets.
This is gonna be funny after this.
Is it over?
Yeah.
Okay.
It made him sound like an evil clown. Yeah, give it like a weird echo and reverb.
So you know how everything's like a smart device these days? You can get a smart fridge, a smart toaster. What's something you think we should turn into a smart device?
First thing I think of is toilet.
Smart toilet?
I think there are smart toilets in Japan. I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a smart toilet for my cats.
Interesting.
Like legit, I have a litter robot. It like tells me how much their poop weighs. It tells me how often they use it. It tells me how much they weigh.
Does it tell you like health facts? Like, Cheddar the cat, he's eating too much fiber.
No, it doesn't do like analyzation of the fecal matter, but it just tells you when they go. But no, it is basically a smart litter box. And I gotta imagine if they make them for cats, they probably make them for people.
Did you like see that in Litterbox Monthly and just kind of order one?
No. We were looking for something like that because you don't have to scoop poop ever. It does it all itself, and then like once a week or so, you just go and pull the tray and throw the bag away and put a new bag in.
Ah,
That's it.
fancy.
Yeah.
If I ever get a cat, I'll get one of those. But I'll probably never get a cat, so I'll probably never need one of those.
I don't know, maybe like a smart wallet. Do they have those?
Gotta be a thing. I
Smart
mean,
wallet. where
it's
you can,
on
like-
your phone. You have a wallet app, right? That's,
Yeah, like tracks your spending and stuff like that. That'd be cool. I'm thinking like, I don't know, maybe like a smart T-shirt, like it cleans itself or something.
You could display different like gifts and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be pretty dope.
It's got GPS. You just look down. You're like, I got to go left here. All right.
You ever like see those belts back in the day that they would just sell at the random kiosks in the mall and have the sliding words on it?
Oh
You
yeah.
can just program it to whatever.
I completely forgot about those. Do you think anyone still wears those? Do you think anyone ever did wear those?
I think there's like probably some people out there that are still wearing them.
Those used to be all the rage back when I was in like the 6th grade.
Wayne, did I break your mic? Say something.
Hello.
Yeah, I broke your mic. You sound like a demon.
Okay.
Is it good? Oh, gosh.
You still a demon?
Am I still a demon?
Nah, he's a normal
No,
person.
okay.
We had demonic Wayne.
Of course, I hit the button that does that.
It probably just did that for all of us.
Maybe.
I think it was just him.
Wayne was the special one.
Guess we'll find out.
Yeah. Gonna look back at it and be like, huh, how am I gonna get around this?
Said you're gonna look back at it.
Yeah.
Look back at it.
I'm here for 4 minutes and ruin it.
It's all good.
No, we're good.
So smart devices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everything's smart. But to piggyback on the smart toilet, Japan, they definitely have ones that like will warm your bum. They'll have music that plays just so you get a little bit more privacy.
You got
Well,
the bidet.
They'll have the
Yeah.
bidet in there.
That's a big thing there.
I feel like that's one thing Japan's light years ahead of the USA on
Yeah.
is fancy public toilets.
Even like tubs that you take a shower in, or like a bath rather. They have like they have like the bubbles that'll like a little jacuzzi that's going.
Smart jacuzzi.
Yeah. It's also interesting how they take like showers. They have like a little seat that they sit down in. They just like wash themselves that way, as opposed to like standing up.
I guess they're kind of about rest and relaxation.
I think so. Yeah.
Like the cat nap, that's like a big thing in the Eastern world.
Yeah.
They just kind of go, chill, take like a 20-minute nap, refresh, and they're good for the day.
I definitely love that.
Whereas Americans, we just drink more caffeine. Back to the Starbucks drive-thru. I don't know. Not a big coffee guy though. I know Wayne's not.
No.
Andrew, you drink coffee?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. When it's free at work, I'll drink a couple cups. But if I'm at home or I'm somewhere where it costs money, no, I'm not drinking coffee. But if it's free, yeah.
I only drink it if it's free.
I don't want it.
I don't need it. It doesn't really help me all that much. It's just like something I do because it's like everyone else does it. And now it's a habit. I get to work and I make a pot of coffee and I drink coffee.
How do you like your coffee?
Little cream, little sugar.
Okay.
What kind of mythological creature would you keep as a pet?
That's tough because so many of them are so large that I need like a stable. Let's see.
About like a minotaur.
Yeah, again, huge. I live on a quarter acre. I'd have to devote my whole backyard to a minotaur.
What's that half man, half
Centaur?
horse
No,
thing?
is that it?
Yeah,
Centaur.
Centaur?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Centaur would be kind of cool.
I think
I
it'd be
would-
pretty cool.
I would do reverse centaur.
Yeah.
Top half horse, bottom half man.
You just have a massive head.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be
Yeah.
like BoJack
Yeah,
Horseman?
It would be. Yeah.
I feel like it'd be cool to be a centaur though. Just no need for your car anymore. You just
Yeah.
gallop everywhere.
Here's a dude that can go 40 miles an hour.
You know, you'd have like 2 rib cages. If you really think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's your heart?
You'd have 2 hearts.
Where are you doubling up on all your organs?
I think so.
And the efficiency.
Oh man, all the organs
No, you just have one of those.
Internal ones.
just double donged up.
Dude, but the horse dong? Whew.
No, it's a man dog.
Oh,
no,
man
no
dog.
horse. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
Oh, that's no fun.
then it just looks sad.
Disappointing.
Let's see. How you guys been doing though? Anything on your mind? Anything you'd like to speak about? I feel like this is like a church confession for us at times.
It can be. What's on my mind? Nothing in particular. Yeah, my life is pretty boring, so I don't really have much to share in regards to that.
Come on, Wayne.
Hey,
You got to kick it up here, man.
nothing's going on.
So the other morning, my girl woke me up. She was heading to work.
Mhm.
I was like, okay, bye. See you later. I like fall back asleep. She comes back in, wakes me up. She's not wearing pants at the time for some reason. I'm just like, what is going on? She's like, my car got towed. And I'm like, oh my God. So now this becomes my problem.
Right.
So I got to take her out to the hood where they towed her car to.
Mhm.
They only take cash down at the tow truck place. So, of course, she doesn't have any fucking cash. So I got to pony it up. And I'm just like, why is my Monday morning going this way? I just wanted to sleep until 10 o'clock and not
Yeah.
do anything today.
Was it super expensive to like get the car
It
right?
was about $230.
That's pretty standard. Yeah.
Pretty standard,
Yeah.
but just so annoying.
Yeah, getting your car towed is like super inconvenient. Yeah.
And then, like, after I dropped her off and she got back, and I said, did you say thank you to them when they gave you your car back? And she was like, yeah, I did. And I was like, no, you're supposed to say F you, scumbag.
Thank you for giving my car back that you took from me.
Dude, I hate tow truck drivers. Oh my gosh. I feel like they're like the scum of the earth. Like
Hey, well, we have a lot of tow truck driver audience members, so no, you guys are cool. All the other ones don't.
not you guys, but no. What was it? All right, so the apartment, I used to live in an apartment, and I parked my car, obviously, in like the parking lot, and I had to get like a replacement sticker to say that my car was like good. So I had the old one, and I put the new one like on the dashboard. Obviously, you could see it if you were actually looking. So they came, towed my my truck, and I had to like go there and like basically be like, yo, it's on my dashboard. You guys not see it? The guy like walks around and looks down. He's like, no, I can't see it. You're still gonna have to pay the $200. I'm just like, are you kidding me right now? So yeah, I mean that's the end of the story, but it was like super inconvenient.
I feel like they probably just pocket the money half the time,
Probably.
especially because it's cash. Like, yeah, just pocket it. Don't even tell the company. But they do have to report your car to the police department if they tow it. So if your car ever gets towed, call the police department if you need to figure out where the heck it is.
Yeah, I mean, after like X amount of days, they take possession of your vehicle, right? If you don't get it back from them,
Yeah.
like, which is kind of crazy because
Yeah.
I feel like I remember it not being that long.
It's probably like a week or something.
Yeah,
It's
which is
technically
crazy.
their
Like,
property.
What if you're on vacation, you come back, your car was towed, and you're like, I don't have a car anymore.
Yeah. I'd be so mad. At that point, I would just start driving around like beater cars. Like, it's ours now. Like, sure, keep it.
Keep it.
Keep this 98 Oldsmobile. See if I care. But yeah, tow truck drivers, not fun. I remember I got pulled over 2 miles away from home one time because I think I was on my phone. The cop pulled me over. This is back when I was a teenager. He sees me, and I'm like smoking a cigarette at the time. So I
Yeah.
like put it out, be respectful. Pulls me over. My registration's expired, and they tow my car
Wow.
2 miles. It was like $200 at the time. I was like, this is gonna bankrupt me. I don't know how I'm gonna eat for this next week. It's like 18 years old. It
Oh my
sucks.
gosh. He didn't even give you like a pass or anything. You're like super close to home. You just wanted to be a dick and just
Yeah.
like tow your shit.
He was like kind of nice, kind of doing his job. I could
Mhm.
tell he was a newer cop,
Right.
but at the same time, it's like, dude, just follow me home.
Yeah.
I'm leaving work. I just worked all morning at a crappy factory. Just let me go home and
Yeah.
sleep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that kind of happened to me, except it went better. I got pulled over. Actually, it was funny because I realized my headlights were off, and it was night. So I pulled off into a gas station because I was like, "What's going on?" Because they're on, but they weren't working.
Mhm.
So I pulled off, and a cop pulls in behind me, and effectively pulls me over, even though I pulled off myself, right? And he's like, "Do you know your headlights are off?" I'm like, "Yeah." That's why I pulled off here. I've been driving for like half a mile. Didn't realize it was like a well lit street. And so registration's expired. We had moved, and the vehicles didn't get changed, so we didn't see the letters come through. This is almost 20 years ago. It's probably like 17, 18 years ago. And so that's going on. And then I have a BB gun in my trunk because I'm like 17, and me and my buddy were at his house, and we're shooting in the backyard like a few days before. And apparently, around the area, someone had been going around just shooting people's windows with BB guns.
You're right.
So they're like, this is the guy. This is the guy who's been shooting windows. And I'm just like, I don't know what to tell you. It wasn't me. So like,
It wasn't me.
searches my car because he can see it through the window. And I'm like, all right. So just finds a BB gun. There's like nothing else in there. And after a while is like, all right, go home. I'm like, cool. I guess that ended out as well as it could have. But it was just funny. And it's like, just the series of events that me pulling myself over and then him being right behind me and then me having a BB gun and also there being someone going around shooting people with BB guns or shooting windows with BB guns.
Right.
So the cop wasn't pulling you over. You just pulled over and he followed you.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I
Really?
think he was probably about to pull me over because my lights were off and I had just pulled over into a gas station and he must have been just about to flip his lights or something. But yeah, lights never went on. He never like actually pulled me over. He just pulled in behind me.
Is
And
that
I was
like-
out of the car when he got over to me because I popped out because went to look at my headlights. I'm
Right.
like, what's going on?
Is that like legal for him to do?
I mean, I was driving without headlights, so probably
But he didn't technically pull you over.
Yeah.
no. But he did watch me do something illegal,
Okay.
so it seems fine to me. It was just really unlucky that if I had pulled off maybe at the turn before, if I noticed 100 yards earlier, maybe he would have been after me. But ultimately, nothing came of it, so
Okay.
it was fine.
If we have any lawyers in the comments, please let us know. Was that a kosher move on the cop's part or no? We may never know.
He let me go, and I drove my car home, so I was happy.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess I didn't drive my car home. What did I do? I had no lights. I don't remember, honestly. Now that I think about it, I must not have driven it home if I had no lights, but I didn't get a ticket or anything.
Yeah. You guys ever been arrested before?
No.
Me neither.
I've not been arrested, no.
Got a good gang of boys down there. No arrests, minor run-ins with the law.
What if I had a shadowed past before you met me? I was just like, yeah, I did time.
I did
Yeah.
serious
This
time.
podcast would get real different real fast.
So tell us about your experience.
Yeah, served 7 years. No.
Speaking of serving 7 years, have you guys ever seen prisoners last meal requests?
Not really. I'm familiar with the concept, but no, not really.
There was one prisoner that they were on death row, and their last meal request was just one green olive. I looked it up the other day. They had some crazy requests on there. Another person had a pile of dirt was their last request, and they didn't fulfill it.
Oh my gosh.
They just had to give him a cup of yogurt instead.
I gotta assume if you request something that's not food, they're probably not gonna give it to you.
Yeah, most likely.
But there's been other people that have requested crazy stuff. 12-piece chicken bucket, 6 cheeseburgers, a whole watermelon, all kinds of stuff. And it's just so funny.
A whole watermelon seems pretty reasonable. Just go to the grocery store, it's like $4. Like, all right, here you go.
Imagine being the officer that's got to go pick up all this stuff. There's on like a scavenger hunt around town to get
gotta
all this
just-
guys' last food.
Say you want 2 dozen donuts just so you can make the guy who picks it up look weird. Like, of course, a cop getting donuts. Corrections officer, whoever they make go do it.
I had like 16 dozen donuts. If you guys had a last meal, what would it be?
Oh man,
Um,
I got to put some kind of buffalo chicken in there because I pretty much live on that.
Wings or buffalo chicken flavored Pringle?
You know, I don't know. Definitely not Pringle. Wings or buffalo chicken wrap or something like that. Buffalo chicken sandwich. Those are all my kind of go-tos. But any of those 3 will kind of fill the void.
Okay. Buff chick.
I definitely say probably breast milk from a Cambodian immigrant.
Wow.
I'm kidding. No.
What's
I
that
don't
taste like?
know. I don't know.
Are you familiar?
Maybe.
It's just one chance to know.
Where do you get that?
A Cambodian immigrant.
Probably just like a steak, like a really medium rare steak. Yeah.
The cop that's got to go get the Cambodian breast milk.
Now, if you request like a medium rare steak, are they going to just go to the diner down the road and get you like the worst steak you've ever had?
Dude, I hope not.
Because I can't imagine they've got like a chef in the kitchen like, I'm going to do this right.
Going out to like the Gordon Ramsay Hell's Kitchen,
Right.
picking up the nicest meal on the menu.
Yeah. Yeah,
What
look
are-
at the $84 T-bone for this guy that's on Death Row.
I wonder if if you request like a super expensive like dinner or something, like will they actually fulfill it?
I don't know. I got to imagine there's a budget.
Yeah.
I feel like back in the day there probably wasn't because people were more reasonable, but there probably came a case where someone's like, I want 6 fillets, 2 lobster tails, and they're like, all right, you got a $50 budget.
Right.
Come on, be reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not getting all that.
Yeah.
Who's paying for that?
Taxpayers.
Yeah.
Yep.
What about you, Alex? What's your
My final meal, probably chicken parm of some sort.
Okay.
You know, maybe some sushi, probably pizza too. Maybe a cheeseburger.
so you've got a spot that that the pizza would be from?
The pizza? I don't know. I did get Papa John's the other night, and it was not hitting.
If you said Papa John's would be your last meal pizza, I would just leave.
Probably a local spot.
Right.
I don't know. I like a Greek style pizza.
Okay,
Like,
a little thicker crust.
a little thicker crust, heavy on the cheese,
Yeah.
heavy on the sauce. That's kind of my style. Not like a deep dish style.
Yeah,
More
just like
like
a
a
slightly
Greek.
thicker crust. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's usually my go-to. I did meet a guy though. He was in prison for 12 years, something crazy like that. But eventually DNA testing came out
Right.
and it proved that he was innocent. He ended up getting millions of dollars in a lawsuit. But I met the guy and I could tell that prison just changed him as a person.
It'll do that.
Imagine going in, something you didn't even do, and you're just sitting in prison day after day,
Yeah.
just telling yourself, I didn't do it, telling the guards, I didn't do it. And they're just like, yeah, all right, scumbag. Just how do you even go back to normal life after that?
What was the crime that he was accused of or arrested for, rather?
Some type of murder, I think.
Right.
Some type of,
So a bad one.
yeah.
Yeah.
So something bad. So he got a good amount of time. And then eventually technology caught up and the DNA evidence came out. And he was just a changed person. Like I was talking to him, I like had my hands in my pockets and I could tell that it, like made him nervous.
You're right.
So I was like, okay, let me take my hands out of my pockets, keep them where you can see them. He's a bigger dude.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I don't want to be on this guy's bad terms.
I feel like having been in there for so long, like obviously it'll definitely change you because you gotta constantly like watch your back, because there's like always something popping off or like somebody's trying to get at you. So I mean, it's like prison's supposed to be like a place where like prisoners go to get like rehabilitated, and they just come out even more screwed up because of just like the institution and just like what it like creates.
And it's not like he was in for like wire fraud. He was in for murder. So he's in with the bad folks.
Oh yeah.
Like that's not a good time.
I feel that the prison system's just so messed up. It's so privatized that it's not actually rehabilitating these people.
Right.
It's just a losing situation for them. Even if somebody does 5 years, what are they going back to normal life? The world is way different 5 years ago from now.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
I read another article about a guy that went to prison for an extended period of time. Then he came out, and it was just so hard for him to adjust back to regular life. Just looking around, everybody's just staring at their phones, and just how do you even understand that?
Yeah. No, I feel like it would be such I've seen like articles where like people will just like do something just to go bad because they just feel so just
Foreign.
foreign to the environment that they're now in, having spent like 20 years in prison.
You know those Coca-Cola remix machines?
Yeah, where you could like change the
Yeah, you
flavor.
can get like a strawberry or a watermelon or a grape Dr. Pepper. I saw another video of a guy who just got out of prison, and he's just standing at like the remix machine. He doesn't know what to do, so he's just yelling at it, Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper. And it's just so funny, but that's the reality that those guys go through.
It's funny, but it's also really sad.
Yeah, most people come and you expect them not to understand that technology has got as far as it has, and he came out thinking that technology actually got farther than it was. And he's like, everything's voice activated, right? No, we're not there yet.
Speaking of technology advancing, there was a car debut that just happened, and a company debuted a flying car,
Really?
and they showed videos of it. Let me pull up the information here. So it's kind of a startup, and the name of the company. Hold on, I was looking at this the other day. Aleph Aeronautics released a video of its Model 0 prototype flying car over a parked car on a public road in California, marking the first real-world test of the design concept. It's crazy. They've just got this. It's like a Batmobile, like the old-style Batmobile-looking car, and then they've got like a white SUV parked there, and the thing just lifts up, and then it just flies over it.
It's pretty cool.
So is it a vertical takeoff? It has like thrusters underneath it?
Yeah, it's essentially, it flies kind of like a drone is what it looks like.
Okay. So it has 4 blades around it or something? Okay.
It's like all enclosed though, so you can't really see the blades,
Okay.
but it just lifts up, and then it just goes forward, and then it just rests down.
Wow.
Imagine being in traffic and something just flies over your head.
I feel like those things have been like in the concept phase for like the last 20 years. Like a new company comes out and just like creates, we're going to create a new flying car. Never really goes anywhere. Just like to really think about it is just like how many rules and regulations, like if that thing actually like, gets further and like it's technology that people have to go through, just like having to watch out for people like flying and just like crashing.
It's probably one of those things that is never going to be a reality unless they're self-driving.
Yeah.
On roads, you have only a few directions you can go, right? You can go forward, you can backward, you can go a little bit left and right.
Yeah.
Once you're in the sky, you can go up and down too. That's too much. People are just going to be crashing into everyone all the time. So my guess is until everything's automated, we're not going to be seeing those.
Yeah. I mean, people are bad enough drivers just on a road. Imagine if they're in the air now.
Yeah, let's add another axis to this.
Right.
I'm good.
I think it'd be they were saying it's going to be like 300,000. That's like their projected estimate, and they've got about 3,000 pre-orders for this thing. But
I will say you can go out and buy a kind of like a decent plane for that. You can just have a car and a plane.
Yeah.
$3,000 plane or
You say
300,000.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Buy a little prop plane, 300.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen that video with the chick? She was like flying her plane, and like the what is it, like the cockpit window thing just like pops open, so she has to like basically land the plane before like she like loses eyesight, and it took her like 2 weeks before she could actually like see properly again.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, it looked really scary.
She didn't either.
Yeah.
No, but she landed it. Kudos to her.
Yeah.
I feel like they should keep a spare pair of goggles or something in the
Right.
cockpit with them.
I'm guessing that probably doesn't happen often or ever.
At all, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like one of those crazy weird situations where that actually happened.
Yeah.
That's got to be scary, though, losing your eyesight for 2 weeks and you just don't know if it's coming back.
Yeah. I mean, just imagine just like the wind force and like all the particles and stuff just hitting you in the face. Yeah.
Well, she turned into Daredevil.
Right. Speaking of Daredevil, there's that new Daredevil series that, well, it's not necessarily new, but it's like it used to be on Netflix. Now it's going to be on Disney Plus. I think it's like Daredevil something like Reborn or something like
Was
that.
Daredevil always Marvel?
I
Yeah.
think so, yeah.
Because it was weird that it wasn't on Disney for a while. It seemed like someone else would. Yeah, Netflix had it.
Yeah,
which
then
is
Netflix
weird.
had it. They had like the Punisher and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
And it was weird because they had like a couple IPs that they were allowed to use or something, and then I think most of it's going to Disney. Now.
Yeah. Because
It was a decent show.
it was. No, I enjoyed it a lot.
Because I feel like Marvel used to license a lot of stuff, and
Yeah.
then Disney just bought them.
Yeah.
Then they just own
They're like,
everything
no more.
now.
This is ours. Yeah.
And the launch of Disney Plus, they're kind of like trying to put everything under an umbrella. So yeah.
Do you think we'll see Walt Disney come back in our lifetime? They're gonna unfreeze him from his cryogenic chamber.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think that's really.
The problem too is even if cryogenically freezing becomes a thing in our lifetime, I feel like the chance of them doing it correctly to him in the 60s, like when was he frozen?
I think he died in the 60s or so. Yeah.
Like I feel like the chance of them doing it properly then is low. Like even if we have the technology to defrost him now, he's probably he's got freezer burn. Like I don't think it's gonna be a thing for him.
They did it in Austin Powers.
That's true, and that was real.
That was totally real.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, those movies, those are so good.
R.I.P. Vern Troyer.
Right.
I love that scene where he's like peeing and he's like covering up for the fountain or whatever. And he's just drinking the water bottle, and then his stream just shoots back out again.
He had a YouTube channel before he passed away. I used to watch a few of his
Vern
videos.
Troyer.
Yeah.
He was on VH1 for a while too. I forget the name of the show. It was some celebrity show where they had a bunch of like C-list celebrities.
Right.
Like Ron Jeremy was on there.
Okay.
Vern Troyer was on there too. VH1 was also pretty goated back in the day.
It was.
And they used to have like Flavor of Love with Flavor Flav. They had Rock of Love with Bret Michaels.
I don't think I ever watched a show on VH1.
No?
Ever.
You're definitely an I Love New York kind of guy.
I could see it. Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to go home and watch it.
He was a Buck Wild fan.
I literally couldn't tell you a single show that was on VH1.
Was that the Buckwild was the petite like white girl, right?
Yeah, she was the crazy white girl. Stereotypical.
She did make an adult video.
Did she?
Yeah, she did.
Did you see it?
I did.
1 out of 10. Rate it. But pretend you're Dave Portnoy while you
Better
rate
or
it.
worse than the show? One bite. Better or worse than the show she was in?
It was worse, a lot worse.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably give it a 2.
1 stroke. Everybody knows the rules.
Oh
God.
gosh.
Oh, man. Let's see. What else do I got for you guys? Oh, speaking of Netflix, Netflix opened a restaurant in Las Vegas. Did you guys see that?
Do they know restaurants serve food?
So it's all like everything on their menu is themed after their Netflix shows.
Okay.
They have a Love is Blind drink. They have a Squid Games red light, green light with different spices. You spin this wheel, and then if you get the red, you have to eat the hottest one. The green's the mildest one.
Yeah.
They also have the pizza from Stranger Things.
Really? That sounds pretty cool.
It looks pretty cool. They said it's supposed to be open for a year.
Yeah.
It's kind of a pop-up shop.
Okay. Yeah, pop up is probably the way to do that.
Yeah.
People are going to get tired of that.
Yeah.
But it's something that someone will go to once and be like, "Ah, it's cool."
Yeah. Gimmicky.
Yeah.
I feel the people of Vegas want to be hitting that up constantly.
Is that where it is, Vegas?
Yeah,
That's the place to put it.
Yeah.
for sure. That or like Times Square or something
Right.
for a little bit.
Somewhere touristy where the food doesn't even need to be that good. You
Yeah.
just go because it looks cool, and if it's bad, who cares? You're never back in town.
Yeah.
I feel like
Go ahead.
it could work. Like it would just pop up in like major cities around like the world. Like that could be a thing that they
Yeah.
do every year. Yeah.
But it can't be a small town
Right,
kind of
yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Oh, there's one in Dayton, Ohio. Cool.
So I was at Costco the other day, and I'm just kind of shopping around. This lady walks up to me. She goes, "Can you help me find this?" And she shows me these egg whites on her phone. Does this lady think I work here?
What were you wearing?
I was wearing just a blue hoodie and khaki pants, I think.
I mean,
I
yeah.
was dressed pretty casual.
I think the khakis probably.
You think the khaki set it
Yeah.
off? But yeah, that wasn't my first time recently getting asked for help in a store that I
Yeah.
don't work at.
Did you help her?
I kind of helped her. I was kind of a little offended, like, "You think I work in this place?" And then I was like, "Yeah, well, there's another dairy section if you go right down this way around the corner."
I would have laughed if someone else is waiting for your help right behind her. "Oh, sir, can you help me with this?" And you're like, "I don't work here."
The thing is, though, after got all my stuff, finished my shopping, hit up the Costco food court, as I naturally do, got a hot dog and a pizza to go. So I'm sitting down and I'm eating my hot dog. Same lady walks by, walking out the store. She gives me a dirty look when she looks in my cart and sees what I bought.
She saw you had egg yellows.
Yeah, she saw I took all the egg whites that she wanted.
You know, I don't know if it's like every Costco. I was talking to Andrew about it before we got here. It's just like you're not able to use like MasterCards.
No, because they
Yeah.
want you to sign up for their credit card.
Yeah, yeah,
what he
that's
said
yeah.
too.
That's
I
how they get
figured.
you.
Yep. Yeah, it sucks. Like I bought like when my girl went, I gave her my credit card, and she got there, and they were like, "Yeah, we don't take Mastercards." She had like a whole like a cart full of groceries, and she just had to like leave it there pretty much.
She didn't sign up for the credit card.
Nope. We're like, screw that. I was like, oh, we have our own credit card. Why do we need to sign up for theirs?
I used to work for a department store, and they were pushing the credit cards so heavy. I was a cashier there, and like that's all they cared about. Just push these credit cards
Right.
so hard on people. And it was like 27% interest, and this was 10 plus years ago. It's like that was crazy
That's
for the
real
time
high.
back
it's
then.
pretty
Yeah.
high,
I think 22, 23 is like the normal high. 27 is kind of like crazy.
Yeah. And they just didn't care. Just anybody, get them to sign up.
Yeah.
So talking to, I was 17 at the time, still talking at 18-year-olds that don't know what they're doing. Just, yeah, punch your social into this machine here and we'll see if you get approved. And rarely they got approved.
Let me get your social, and you don't even need to give me money. Man, how cool is that?
No, no, go ahead.
Because they gave a pay structure bonus based on signups,
Right.
but they never gave you a breakdown pay stub, how you got paid. So I just had no idea if they were actually being truthful with what I was doing.
Probably not, but
But, you know.
yeah,
Is this a department store that still exists today?
No, they do not.
that's probably why. But no, they definitely they push that a lot, especially at like Kohl's. If you go to Kohl's, like they'll always ask you, "Do you want to sign up for a credit card?" You know, you'll save what 15% today or 30% if you sign up for the card. And I'm just like, no, I just want to get my cup and get out of here.
Every once in a while, you get the eager beavers, dude.
Right.
They're like, "Are you sure you can do this, 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 and this?" And I'm like, "Just give me my stuff.
I can save you $10 on this transaction if you
I'll give you
sign
$10
up.
more to just take my money and let me leave."
They did it at Best Buy too. Like I was at Best Buy trying to get something like super like small, and like this kid he could have been more than like 18. He was just like trying to sell me like a credit card. Just kept pushing. It's like, dude, I do not need it. He was like, oh, what about this? You know, this toy car, yada yada. I was just like, no, dude, let me get out of here.
Yeah, I always feel bad just because it's not coming from them. I mean, they do get small bonuses sometimes depending on the company,
Right.
but it's the upper management. You need to take 3 no's before you can let this customer walk
Yeah.
away from you because they really care about your metrics in those kind of jobs.
Right.
And it's just whatever.
Which is crazy because they should be glad to have employees that want to be there.
Yeah. Like when I was doing it, I was like, I'm just doing this job so I can buy some weed after this. But it worked out so clutch because we had the, like on debit cards, you can get cash back.
Right.
So I'd always just get cash back. Then boom, good right after work.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah. Let's see. Another time, I was at Dick's Sporting Goods, and I was in my current work uniform. I don't work at Dick's Sporting Goods. Another guy comes up to me. He just starts to ask me about like prices of hoodies. Why are the Adidas ones 40% off, but the Under Armours are only 15% off? And I just kind of let him go and talk. And then finally, like, I finally realized what he's saying. I'm like, I don't work here. He's like, man, why'd you let me go through all that then? It's like, I'm sorry, dude. I was really taken off guard.
I just thought you wanted to vent. I don't know.
You know what's funny? You know what I was buying there?
What?
That hoodie that
Oh,
you're
you
wearing,
were?
Wayne.
Thank you. It's comfy.
Oh, man. Funny stuff. Another crazy thing I saw today. So, you know how they used to sell copies, like hard disk copies of Fortnite in stores? So, but everybody was like, oh, you're dumb for buying that. Fortnite's free. You can just download it right on the PlayStation or Xbox.
All right.
Graded sealed copies of the Fortnite game are going for crazy amounts of money on eBay.
How much?
I saw them listed for $12,000, like a 9.8 graded copy of
Right.
Fortnite.
I didn't even know they graded things like that. I thought that was for like collectibles and memorabilia. I didn't realize that would even qualify as like
Video
a
games are
graded
collectible, yeah.
That's nuts.
Like they grade VHS tapes. You can get just about anything graded.
Who does this? Can I just go to a place with like a bunch of crap and be like, that's an F, that's an F, that's a D?
PSA, BGS. We talked about this last time with Post Malone's card. Yeah.
I thought they literally did like cards and like sports memorabilia and that kind of thing. I didn't realize it extended so far.
Yeah, like some like video, like the old like Game Boy games, like the Pokemon games. Some of them could go for like pretty high, like in the thousands. Yeah.
Something else that I found crazy is you can gamble on anything these days. I saw that people are betting on names to be released on the Epstein list.
Really?
Yeah.
You can also bet, it's not really a thing anymore, but the asteroid. There were things you could bet on with the asteroid. Like, I guess, like velocity and if it would hit or something like that. But it got downgraded to basically, like, it's not going to hit us.
Right.
So anyone who bet that it was going to hit us sucks.
But yeah, I saw Bill Gates was one of the big names that people were betting on to be released on the list.
Really?
It's just so crazy, the world that we live in.
I got to say, if you're on the list, you should bet on yourself.
Bill Gates, he bets his whole fortune on it.
Can't lose situation.
He becomes the richest man in the world. He just buys the world.
Now, is that illegal if you're on the list to bet your name?
I mean, at Bill Gates' level of wealth, who would back that? It's got to be some type of checks and balances in that system, like how referees and sports athletes, they can't bet on stuff.
Well, most of the things you can bet on, or all the things you can bet on, you can't guarantee the outcome. But if there's a list of names and you know you're on it, you can guarantee that outcome. That very rarely happens when you can guarantee an outcome.
I did see that they released. Did they release the whole entire list, or was it like a portion?
I don't even think they declassified it yet.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
People are urging Trump to do it, but I don't think it's been done yet.
Okay.
People are just betting on it because they think it's going to be released.
Yeah.
Because they know it's out there. And
Who's taking bets on this? Is this like DraftKings or is this like a bookie down the street at like your local pub?
it was some website. It wasn't one of the big like DraftKings
Yeah.
or something. It was some like off website.
Yeah, one of those that's like stationed in a different country. And
Yeah.
yeah.
An offshore gambling website.
Those are fun. Super secure.
Do you guys believe in ghosts or the paranormal? And have you had any experiences?
I sort of do. And I don't know if it's because I was in my youth and I was just like susceptible to like believing anything. But I remember like walking outside one day and I saw like a headless figure just like run behind like a wall.
Was this in Jamaica?
Yeah. And I like went to go look and I didn't see anything. I was just like, all right, I'm definitely creeped out. But ever since then, no, not really. I mean, I kind of grew out of that. I haven't really had any experience with that like so far.
Grow out of the paranormal?
I think so, yeah. Just stop believing. Doesn't matter.
I lean towards no, but like that stuff still creeps me out sometimes. So
Yeah. I mean, I get a little scared walking around the house at night when it's
Yeah.
dark. You know, turn off the light, you kind of put a little pep in your step to get up the stairs.
Yeah.
Just so the monsters don't get
yeah,
you.
you don't want to stand next to the bed when the lights are off for too long because you don't know what's under there.
Yeah, exactly. Got to check it before you go to sleep. Make sure there's no monsters.
Here's the thing about checking for monsters. If there is a monster, what do you do?
It's nothing you can do.
Do you just say, sick, there's a monster, going to bed?
It's like, haha, gotcha. You can't
Now
get
you
me.
have to leave because I see you.
When I was a little kid, I used to be afraid to go into the basement. So what we would do, me and my sister, we would take plastic spoon or something.
Yeah.
That was our weapon to fend off the monsters.
Not even a spork.
Yeah, just plastic spoon, not even
Yeah.
metal.
You just
That would give us the confidence and the bravery to go down to the basement and get our clothes for school the next day.
Hey, whatever works.
It kind of worked.
yeah. Dude,
I mean, it did. You got your clothes, right?
Sometimes I'd have to bring 2 spoons.
2 spoons.
And then you're trying to get your clothes, and you're like, shit.
Can't let the monster get one of these.
Did you have like a lucky spoon that you brought out all the time?
No, my family was really into plastic spoons, really bad for the environment. So we would just kind of go through those way too
Like
quickly.
rotate them.
I used to have these favorite cups, though.
Yeah.
They were Disney themed Burger King cups.
Dude,
They were so cool.
my mom is obsessed with those.
Yeah.
She had a lot of them, and they've worn out over time. And she loves them for soda specifically. She claims that it keeps the carbonation. For
Yeah.
Christmas this year, I bought her a box of 12 unopened Burger King cups. Never used Burger King cups.
They had the like Disney characters on them, right?
Yeah.
Like Dumbo and stuff.
Pocahontas.
Yeah,
Yep.
dude, that's what I had. Oh man,
Yeah, I bought a set of like 12 of them for like $65.
your mom's right. Soda does taste better out of those.
Yeah.
Dude. Collectibles, man. It's like all the people that bought Beanie Babies thinking that those were going to be worth something someday.
They were worth a little bit for like a minute and a half. And then they were worth nothing.
Yeah.
Do you guys think Stanley Cups are going to be worth anything in the future?
No.
Like, no?
Maybe.
Because they're doing
Probably
like
not.
they're doing like limited releases now. Like they just released the what is it called? Like the St. Patrick's Day
St. Patrick's Day collection.
collection, and that thing sold out in like an hour.
I think they'll have some value.
Yeah.
Like those Burger King cups. I wouldn't even really call them collectible, really. If you can get 12 for $65, that's just like nostalgia. Like
Right.
you're paying for nostalgia, not necessarily collectible value. I think maybe it'll be something like that where
Right.
someone will, in 20 or 30 years, someone will be like, oh, I had that.
Yeah.
And then they'll spend 40 or $50 on it because it's just like, it's cool for them. I think that's likely,
Okay.
but a cup being worth $500, I'd be blown away.
Yeah, because I wanted to get one, and I checked on like StockX, and like they usually go for like what, $45,
Something like that.
Yeah, but on StockX it was like $130. Somebody was selling it for.
I think right now,
Yeah.
they probably have more value than they ever will.
Right. Okay.
Because when you limit something like that, people want it. But I think in 10 or 20 years, like I have this stupid cup right here that's the size of a Stanley Cup. It is not a Stanley Cup. It is some knockoff brand, and it was $20.
Yeah.
Andrew's a Stanley girly.
I will say, having this much water at any given time, I drink a lot of water. I still fill this up every like 2 hours,
Oh,
2
wow.
to 3 hours. It's 40 ounces. But I just can't imagine looking at this in 40 years and being like, I need 12 of this.
Be worth what they are in scrap metal.
My girl has like a really crazy obsession with like Stanley Cups. Like she owns like 4 or 5 of them, and like she's constantly like getting more.
I gotta say, 4 or 5 feels pretty tame.
No, she threw out a bunch of them because she had way more.
Wait, she threw them away? Did she share their collectibles?
But no, it's just like it's just
My girl had a bunch too, and
Yeah.
they were just hogging up the cabinet space where all the pots and pans are.
Yep.
She was not using them.
You're right.
So I took them out, I put them in a bag, and I put them in the basement.
Yeah. And she hasn't noticed, right?
Has not asked me about them since.
You only need 2.
I mean, 2 is even stretching it.
dude.
You gotta wash one once in a while.
I'm dealing with like 4 or 5 of them like constantly. Like every time I wash the dishes, like I'm just like, oh my god, like I don't want to wash these right now.
You're washing sippy cups.
Sippy
And Stanley Cups.
Yeah, right.
Wayne's going insane.
Stanley making sippy cups yet?
Ooh, I don't know.
Ooh,
should
that's
look
a
into that,
thing.
yeah.
Right into them. I know what they're making flasks.
Did you ever get that flask?
No.
Oh, dude, you should have gotten it.
They make the flask for the dad, the sippy cup for the baby, then the actual Stanley Cup for the mom. Stanley Cup family.
Now, it's gotta have a name, right? It can't be called the Stanley Cup because they're all Stanley Cups. Are they called like the Stanley something cup?
There's like some
Tumbler,
tumbler, like
thermos,
quencher
not a
or something like
thermos.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say they shop vac the situation. They like frisbeed the situation. Like everything that's this is a Stanley Cup now.
Right.
Like it's a Stanley, even though it's not. Like
It's like saying Kleenex.
yeah. So I'm saying like that hasn't happened in I feel like a while. Like the examples I thought of were shop vac and frisbee, which are not recent. And Kleenex too is 30, 40 years
Right.
at least, right?
Kleenex, jet ski,
Mhm.
Band-Aid.
Yeah.
All
No,
that
it doesn't
stuff.
happen often that a company comes in and just owns a product to the point where people just call it their brand.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Or even Crocs is another one. They're fairly recent.
Dude,
Just like any shoes like that, people just call them Crocs.
did you see that? Did I send it to you? It was like Crocs is doing like a collaboration with like Dragon Ball Z. Dude, I want to get those.
I've always wanted the Shrocks, the
Yeah.
Shrek Crocs.
Oh man.
I saw them at the Croc store when they came out, but they didn't have my size.
You looking at those on StockX?
I might have to. I had told myself I'd never buy a pair of Crocs, and then the Shrocks came out,
Dude, you might have to get it.
and then I thought about it.
Now it wouldn't surprise me if you went on StockX and they were like $250.
Let's see. Let me pull it up real
Should we
quick.
take wagers?
Shrek Crocs.
Now what are they? They're probably like $30 new, like regular list. Something like that.
Probably something like that.
I bet you they're $200 on there if they were a limited run of them.
Let's see. I want to see it in my size. You were somewhat close. So they are going for about $89 on StockX.
Okay.
Pretty much men's size 7 to 13. Size 14 is going for $198. Size 15, $250. Then the most expensive one is a size 16, $270
Big feet, more material.
for the Shrek Crocs.
And they probably only made so many because
Right,
no one
yeah.
is that size.
Yeah. There's only 15 left to size 11. Better act fast.
Dude, just buy it right now.
Should I?
Now, did they make special Shrek gibbets? Is that what they're called? The little gibbets, right?
Yeah, they probably do. But it has like Shrek's nose on it, and it's got the ears coming out the side. You want to see this?
Cool. Yeah.
You guys see that? Sick. Yeah, dude. Let's see. Did you guys have a favorite cell phone back in the day? I remember when the Motorola Razr came out. That was the hottest thing.
Yeah. I had an LG. I don't know what model it was, but it had the speakers on the side.
Ooh.
It was a flip phone, but it had the speakers on the side and it had the front display that would tell you it might have just been the time or it might have been time in a song that's playing or something. It was super simple, but having the speakers on the side was sick at the time.
Oh, I remember that. It was silver.
Yeah.
It was like a darker gray silver color.
Yeah, it had like a dark black blue screen on the front. It was the screen was half an inch by half an inch maybe.
I had that phone too.
Yeah.
I had two of those. I had one, I dropped it in a bucket of paint. And then I bought another one off a friend who wasn't using it anymore because I was like, I just want the same phone.
Yeah, that was a good phone.
Mm-hmm.
I had the LG chocolate. That was
Yep.
a good one.
Yeah.
My sister had that.
It was like the blue one, and it was like meant for music. So that was a sick phone. I think the biggest change was the iPhone 4 coming out.
All right.
That was like my first smartphone.
Mhm.
That was sick.
Did you guys ever had like the sidekick?
No,
No.
I wasn't a sidekick guy.
I did have a Windows phone one time.
I did too. Yeah.
I don't know why.
It was not very
wasn't
good. It was
no.
not good at all.
And I got, I think one of the first Android phones was literally the Droid.
Mhm.
It might have been the first one. Like
And
that, I had that. Like I had like one of the first Androids called Droid.
All right.
It was decent. Calling it smart was a stretch compared to what we know now.
Yeah, and it was branded after Star Wars. It had that like droid whenever
Yeah.
you opened it.
Yeah.
I remember that. That was so annoying.
Yeah, I don't even remember that. I just vaguely remember the phone.
I didn't really get an actual cell phone until I was like probably 12 or
Yeah,
something like
I was
that.
12 too.
Yeah.
But my first one was oh man, what brand was it? It didn't flip. It didn't open. It was just a phone,
A
6, 7
Nokia or
inches long.
something.
It might have been a Nokia, but yeah, it was. If you imagine a home phone, it was just smaller than that, but it
Yeah,
was
it was
like
just a little
that
brick phone.
general shape. Yeah, it's funny how very quickly they were like, "Hey, we should make these fold."
And they're like, let's make them not fold anymore.
Yeah, and then they made them fold again.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Have you guys ever created like your like custom like I guess it's you could say custom like ringtones where you just like hold it up to like the radio and like a song is playing. You just use that.
For your voicemail.
Or yeah, for your voicemail.
Or back when they used to call it an answering machine.
Yeah, I used to use it for my like my ringtone. If somebody calls, I could just like hear that.
Just have a Ja Rule song playing. What's up?
What did I
Gonna
have?
come to the phone right now. Leave your digits, and I'll get right back to you.
I had one.
They'll
song
be
on
living
there.
it up.
Had like what was it called? Lovesick Blues. This is like an old like country song.
Thought you were gonna say "So Sick" by Neo.
Oh no,
When you're just in your sad boy light skin phase.
that's a good song. I used to love that song.
When's the last time you guys used a ringtone on your phone that wasn't like just a standard ringtone on your phone? Because forever you'd go online and you'd buy a ringtone for like $1 and that'd be your ringtone.
Yeah.
No one had standard ringtones. Now when someone else's phone rings across the room, it just sounds like my phone.
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time I didn't have the standard generic ringtone on my phone.
I just think it's weird sometimes when somebody has like nowadays like somebody has like their own like their personal like ringtone,
Yeah.
like a song that they like.
It is. And like
yeah.
15 years ago, it was weird if you didn't have a personal
That's true.
ringtone.
Yeah.
I used to have this boss. He was a bit of an older guy. He was probably in his 60s. And his ringtone was Happy by Pharrell. It was just so funny. Just be in the meeting or something, and it would just go off, because I'm happy. It's like, all right, I guess that's your favorite song.
I think ever since I like got when I went to like university, Alex makes fun of me because I say university and not college.
Yeah, you're not
I
from
didn't know
the
he was from
UK.
England, but kind of cool.
But no, I like ever since I got there, like I would just turn my phone off and just like it's always on silent. And ever since then, my phone has always been on silent. So I don't use ringtones.
So if you're in an
anymore.
emergency, don't call Wayne.
No, I'm always on my phone, so I'll see when I get a call.
I can attest to that because your cousin got hurt at work one day,
Yeah.
and she called me. Hey, do you know where Wayne is? He's not picking up his phone. So I had to go get her and bring her to the
really?
hospital.
I do not remember that at all.
Maybe at least go vibrate.
It vibrates. I just can't feel it.
What helps you guys sleep at night?
What helps us sleep at night?
Yeah.
My CPAP machine.
Just
Okay.
being tired.
Okay. But say you can't sleep. What do you do to help yourself get to sleep? Do you count sheep? Do you listen to music?
I have done the counting sheep just out of curiosity, and I don't know if it works or doesn't work because I think I get bored of doing it before I get any results.
Right. Yeah.
I think I've tried it like 2 or 3 times, just like give it a shot. I don't think it was successful, but no, I just lay there, and if I don't succeed at sleep, I just get up.
Just get up and do stuff.
I'll go watch TV for an hour and then come back and try it again.
I think like for me, I'll listen to like music. Like I know Tool like really helps me fall asleep. Yeah. Like I don't know. I love their music. It's like really calming. So that puts me in like in a trance.
Yeah, I like to listen to Avenged Sevenfold before I go to sleep.
No, not anything like super like hardcore. Tool is kind of just like mellow, you know. At least in my opinion.
I guess I don't really know Tool. I kind of assumed it wasn't that.
No, they're pretty chill.
Yeah.
They're not like Meshuggah where they're like screaming. So yeah.
So with my surgery recently, I had to get put under. So they have to give you like the mask with the anesthesia. And I had a nightmare the other night that I was getting an anesthesia mask, and it freaked me out. I like woke up just because for some reason, I don't know if you guys get like senses, but I feel like I can smell things and like taste things in my sleep,
Yeah.
like while I'm dreaming. So I got like that same weird taste in my mouth.
Mhm.
And I was just like, oh my God, this is real. Super weird.
That's not exactly like how it happens to you, but like I'll get like I'll smell something that reminds me of like a time in the past, and like one particular smell that I smell every now and then is just like, you know, when like you go to a funeral and you could almost smell like the perfume that they used on like the corpse. Like I'll get a whiff of that every now and then. It just reminds me of like somebody passing away. It's a little bit weird.
Is it the formaldehyde you're smelling?
I don't know.
They
It
probably
could
use
be.
perfume to mask it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been to a funeral.
Really? No. You're
Not
lucky.
I know a few people who have died.
Yeah.
I just didn't go. Either
Yeah.
I was too young or I didn't want to.
Been quiet, probably.
But
Yeah.
I probably only had one opportunity to even go for a family member, and I just did not go.
All right.
So
I hear
never
ya.
smelled a dead body.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the most fun thing to go to.
Yeah,
So-
but you get to smell dead bodies, so that's like
Oh, yeah.
kind of cool.
It's a fun spot for the necrophiliacs out there. AKA Wayne. He gets that little sense tingling
Yeah.
in his little
Smell that
nostrils.
perfume walking down the road, and you're like,
Is a dead
Ooh,
body over there?
damn. Yo, girl, you dead or what?
I think it's still warm. Okay.
Moving on.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of 2010?
And
What are they called? The guys that say every day I'm shuffling. What are they called?
LMFAO?
LMFAO. Yeah, them,
Or
Nicki
LMAO?
Minaj,
Yeah.
and just like that weird era where it was just like these super like, you know, EDM like club music.
Turn down for
Yeah.
what?
Yep.
Like that was like 2010 all the way to
Skrillex.
2015. Yeah.
Skrillex was big then.
Yeah, it's just crazy party music.
Yeah.
Yep.
Project X was big back
Right.
then.
Yeah. I was in college at the time too, so like that's the music that everyone listened to.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you being in college at that time was probably like, you know, a super hype one when it came to like music and like partying.
I mean, I guess. I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like anyone who's in college probably has music they like in college. But
Right.
definitely, like, I feel like that kind of high energy party music was newer.
Mhm.
I didn't really care for it that much. So
Right.
it didn't do much for me. Like,
You weren't in the club kind of fist pumping.
no. No, I
Shots,
wasn't like
shots.
listening to Skrillex in my spare time. Like when we were like hanging out and partying, yeah, like that stuff was always on, but it's not my playlist.
You weren't a Jersey Shore guy.
No.
Dude.
No, I've been to the Jersey Shore. I never watched Jersey Shore.
Dude, I used to binge watch Jersey Shore.
Who was your favorite character?
Ronnie, surprisingly. I don't know why.
Isn't he like the only one that's no longer involved with anything Jersey Shore-esque?
I think I'm pretty sure he came back. Like, I'm pretty sure I saw like one of the latest episodes. He's a lot smaller than he used to be because you remember he used to be like super like big.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he cut down on like the steroids. So
I never really watched it either. I just kind of have a general knowledge of it just because it was so big from back in the day.
I guess, yeah, that's one big thing from the 2010s, Jersey Shore. Yeah.
Jersey Shore.
What's the thing that gets you? What's the thing that inspired you for that question?
What inspired me for that question?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I was just thinking of like
The good old days?
the good old days. Just, cruising around, Wiz Khalifa, bumping out the Ford Explorer. Yeah, that was kind of my inspiration behind it.
Okay.
You know what it reminds me of? When things were good.
Yeah,
Life was easy.
things were simple.
Do you think I hear this a lot. People say like 2016 was probably like the best year ever.
Really?
Yeah. And I have to agree.
I think it's just because of that Drake song, Summer 16.
It could be.
That's what inspired it.
Yeah. I don't know. I just remember just like that was like probably the best year, and then kind of just went downhill from there.
Oh, man, take me back.
Right?
I watched Napoleon Dynamite the other night, and the Uncle Rico, who just tries to get the time machine to go back to 1970, whatever, so he can relive his high school dreams as a football player. Oh, man.
Uncle Rico. What did he say? Like I used to throw
Could throw a pigskin a quarter mile. Ooh, back in my day, I could have thrown a pigskin over the mountains over there.
Just a classic movie.
So good.
I remember watching that in 2006 on like a school trip. I think we were going to Washington D.C. Yeah, they were like playing it.
Like an educator put that on for you?
Yeah. Then we watched like a Final Fantasy movie, which was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
I mean, Final Destination?
No, Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy?
Yeah,
There's movies?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Cool.
That's a wild teacher put
Yeah.
in those.
I think some kid just like brought a bunch of movies in. They were
And
like,
they're like,
"All
yeah,
right,
this is fine. I mean, I guess they're both not like rated R or anything. So
What else do I got for you guys? What makes you angry?
Ooh.
So I'll preface it. So I was watching or listening to one podcast the other day. I think it was Theo Vaughn's, and he had an anger management expert on there, I believe it was. And he said anger is something that gets in the way of you completing something.
All right.
That's why road rage is such a big thing. People get in your way and it blocks you from completing a task or getting where you need to be. So it makes you guys angry.
honestly, the one thing that probably gets me the most is when something that's supposed to work doesn't work. Like a computer or a phone, and it always works, and then in a moment you need it, it doesn't work.
Right. Yeah.
That's infuriating.
I agree.
And it's you can't do anything about it. You just like say you're driving somewhere and your GPS decides not to work. Somewhere you've never been before, and it's just like you're just mad because it's like I can't do anything. And it puts you in a situation where you just have to hope for the best. It's like I guess I'll just keep driving and see where I go. But yeah, that, when technology doesn't work, it really, really gets me.
Or when the GPS doesn't update fast enough.
Yeah.
You miss your like exit. Yeah.
That doesn't get me too much because I'm like, okay, I have a solution. It's updated. It's when I don't have action I can take immediately.
All right.
But if I'm like, shit, it's an extra 10 minutes, it's fine. Like, annoying, yes, not angry. But yeah, when it just straight up doesn't work, like, if you get on the road and you're like, all right, great. You're just already on the road. And you're like, I don't know what to do now. Yeah, that's probably the thing that gets me the most.
I think that's a good one. I think something that really pisses me off is like people who just like litter. Like I had a friend that I was taking somewhere and they're about to get in my car. They just like threw something on the floor. I'm just like, why do that? Just like put it in your pocket and like throw it away later. Like, I don't know. It just pisses me off.
Yeah, no, totally. It's something that's completely avoidable.
Right.
It's like,
Yeah.
Are you saving yourself 1/4% of effort? Just like, yeah, I get that.
I'd rather you litter in my car than throw it out the window, though.
Yeah. No, 100%. Yeah. I
Did you
agree.
throw it on your car floor or on the like outside?
No, just like outside.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
I guess mine kind of piggybacks off that. Just people who aren't mindful of themselves.
Right.
somebody like you're in a crowded place and people are just standing in a group in a walkway, something like that.
Yeah, people are unaware of their surroundings.
Yeah.
That's a
Inconveniencing
big
you
one.
because they think they're more important. What they're doing has more merit, and yeah, that's frustrating.
Exactly.
People who talk on their phones in public or play music obnoxiously loud. Yeah, that drives me nuts.
Unless it's a guy walking down the street with a boombox
Right.
on his shoulder.
Honestly, I'd respect that. That's,
Keep doing that.
Yep.